Translink's involved in many different developments in the region. We have stations that we own and operate, and so we're improving those. But what's really interesting that's happening now is a great increase in adjacent and integrated developments. So some of the examples recently, the Cambia Marine development. Today we heard about the Oak Ridge development, where we're working with the developers there. I also gave the example of Brentwood. What's now Brentwood Mall will be a town centre with significant amount of residential and retail development, and we're working in Surrey, Burnaby, New Westminster, where developers and municipalities are coming forward with developments in and around the station areas, where Translink has interests and really wants to see transit-oriented development in those communities, and we'll support that, and are looking for also developments to be able to make the kinds of improvements to make that happen. Translink has a mandate in the region to create a transportation system to support the livability and the economic life of the region. And so we'll always partner with developments and municipalities as they strive to create that environment, to make sure that we can do our part, provide the transportation system, and operate the services that we operate. Translink isn't just public transit, so we also have an interest in making sure there's good cycling and good walking and good goods movement in the communities. And then where Translink owns infrastructure, rapid transit lines, for example, we want to make sure that those developments happen in a way that's safe, that's well integrated with the infrastructure, so that we can continue to provide those services into the future and enjoy the uplift in transportation demand that comes with them. As communities evolve from a past where it was the automobile to a future where it's transit, we can't assume that we can apply the model of automobiles and get the kind of outcomes we want. So Translink's trying to create good information and good partnerships with municipalities in particular, and also with developers to make sure that folks know what will work and what won't. It's easy to say those things, but in the context of projects, you have to get right down and work at a detailed level to make sure we don't get unintended consequences, that we get the best outcomes possible. So that's things like ensuring that public transit fits in the community, ensure that public transit, walking and cycling are thought about at the early stages, and that there's collaboration on the details of things like passenger spaces and walking paths and lighting and amenities, so that the walks that people make have useful things to do while they're walking. It's not just a penalty. We'd like transit ultimately to be competitive with the automobile, cycling and walking competitive with the automobile for many trips, and that needs to be done quite deliberatively in a partnership. It's a complex region, and there are always changes that are happening, and those changes are both influenced by and influence the transportation system. And the transportation system is most successful when it is planned together with the land use. So one thing that this region has as a real strength is a long, long history of transportation and land use planning happening together. Have we got it perfectly right? Of course not. We've got lots to learn still on both the transportation and the land use side, but we do have a region which understands the need to plan those things together, and a region in which we've seen successes in the past.